For all the great games on the NES, there are some real duds. Before I dive into these 5 games, I must emphasize, these are only the worst games that I actually owned as a kid. I know I generally just want to make useful, informative videos here, but just let me vent for once. Number 5, Robo Warrior. Imagine Bomberman in an exploration game. Sounds cool, right? There's an alien race destroying planets for its own gain, and you must save the world. To do that, you must bomb a bunch of bushes until you find a key to make it to the next stage, where you, bomb more bushes to find another key. Alright. To say the least, the gameplay is extremely repetitive and dull. Yeah, I know, there are some underground caves in each stage you can explore, but, it's in the dark, so have fun with that. Yeah, I know, and there's power-ups you can get, like the candle that can temporarily light it up, but the candle doesn't drop very often, and it doesn't last long, so yeah. There's a couple good things about this game at least. The music and the bright colors still hold up today, if only the game played better than it looked and sounded. Number 4, Double Dragon 3. Double Dragon 1 may have been the game that started the modern beat-em-up craze. The second upped the quality and features. However, the third? Oh man, this one's just awful. The biggest flaws are its outrageous difficulty and overly stiff controls. You thought Double Dragon was hard with only 3 lives? How about only 1 life, and no continues? Even though you gain 2 characters later on, when any of those characters die, they're gone forever. There ain't no coming back, not even at the start of the next stage. To make the game even more infuriating, the stiff controls will cause many deaths, which means restarting all over again. The stages also are very boring, and there's minimal environmental interactions here. At least you can get a laugh at the typos in this game. Good old Bimmy Lee. Number 3, Rambo. This is yet another terrible movie-to-game adaptation. It's a side-scrolling action platformer with no redeemable qualities. You accept a mission in Vietnam, and a dress for the occasion, you wear red sweatpants and run around with a combat knife. Forget all those cool weapons you expected from the movies. Those come much later than I'm willing to invest in this shitty game. Playing Rambo is an endurance test. How long can you tolerate running around lost everywhere you go? The screens all look very similar, and many of them just magically wrap around, so if you keep going right or left, you'll run to the exact same areas again and again. Exploration is good, only if the navigation makes sense. As evident from this game, there'll be no sense making here. One amusing part about this game, in the starting dialogue, if you try to decline the mission, it breaks the 4th wall. Number 2, WWF WrestleMania. Wrestling games have come a long way since the NES. This one plays more like an Atari game even. You play as one of 6 wrestlers: Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, $1 Million Man, Andre the Giant, Bam Bam Bigelow, or Honky Tonk Man. The controls are clunky and moves come out slowly. Hitting your opponent feels like an impossible feat in this crap fest. Not only is it hard to control your wrestler and hit your opponent, but their energy quickly replenishes throughout the match on its own. And there's also energy containers bouncing around that help there too. There's also no time limit, so good luck ever ending a round. Speaking of never ending a round, the button combination to pin differs per wrestler. There's no escaping this hell in a cell. At least you can see Bam Bam doing a running cartwheel. Number 1, Deadly Towers. No surprise here. This game is so bad, it's tough to decide where to start. The graphics and colors are atrocious, the sound and music are shrill and ear-piercing, and the music is on a short loop that starts over every time you change screens. The enemies are lazily designed and make no sense, like, what the hell are you fighting here? Slinkies, bouncy balls, and moving puddles? And why do they take so many damn hits to kill? This is an insanely frustrating game for all the wrong reasons. Oh, and the punishment for death? Nothing, you just start over the entire fucking game. All the screens look the same, so it's easy to get lost too. That's okay, there must be an endgame map, right? Nope, no maps here. Enjoy being lost in this masochistic game. Yeah, so the good about this game? Well, when you die, there's a password given, and it's automatically input for you, but you still start over at the beginning of the game. Like I said at the start, this is only the worst games that I actually remember owning as a kid. I want to thank my brother Ryan for reminding me of some of these games we owned while growing up. Perhaps there were other terrible games I owned, and I blocked out the memories in self-defense. What were some of the worst games you remember owning as a kid?